we go.
Wow, I'm terrified. Here we go. So, last week on the Sword Coast, I suppose, the group had just arrived in the city of Elturel at the behest of Grand Duke Alder Ravengard Shard himself. You'd been invited along as representatives of your various mentors or noble families, or perhaps your own interests, on a diplomatic mission to meet with two other important people. Gideon Lightward, a priest of Lathander, and Onthar Froom, the head of the Order of the Companion. Jesus. I know, I swear I'm reading this as that I wrote down and I am bad at it.
All good.
After a discussion and then a party, you set off to the woods to investigate rumors of a dragon cult that had sprung up in, north of the city. Along the way, you met with a young, aspiring uh, wizard who had been attacked by wolves. Beriadan nearly died in the rescue attempt, but all was well in the end.
Mm-hmm.
She pointed you to a group that had been gathering in a clearing nearby. When you arrived, however, you found that the dragon cult had been largely decimated by what appears to be a rival cult or several rival cults. After making short work of them and investigating the area, you headed back to Elturel to report what you'd found. However, before arriving at the city, the companion, a glowing second sun that hung over the high hall of the city, suddenly shifted to black, sending bolts of lightning streaking into the city below before the earth below split and flaming chains dragged the city into a fiery pit. And that's where we left off. We're picking up right where we left off. How's everyone feel?
Oh my god. Great Scott. No, I won't do that.
This is heavy. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
The sheer power required. Was that one of the 9 hells?
Looked like a bloody hole in the ground to me.
Where the city once stood, there is now a large crater. The river is slowly starting to fill it in.
Oh, good. A pool. I wonder if it will be warm. I don't know. I've never seen the 9 hells. Have you?
No. I've read about them a little bit. Should we try and go see if there's any survivors, or do we run?
Take the cat.
What
Wouldn't hurt to take a closer look.
I should point out at this point that Ekard, who's just kind of standing off to the side, not saying anything, just looks upon this whole thing with a clearly thunderstruck expression on his face, and then has like the rest of the team is just kind of talking among themselves. He's already just galloping up to toward the edge of the city to see if there's anything he can see, from the edge of the crater.
Seems like Ekard has made the choice for us. All right, let's carry on.
Let's stay together. Stay close. Stay close.
I don't want to stay close to you.
I'll grab Beriadan's hand and then just pull him along.
So as your group makes your way down towards the city, you do see small groups of people emerging from outlying towns or farms and the like. Small what remains of the outer city just outside the walls. They seem to be heading your way, back towards Baldur's Gate. Let's see. You continue to approach them, and eventually you meet, and it is not many survivors from the immediate city area. Maybe only 50 or so, at least on this side of the crater.
Are
It's
you
hard
all? Are you all that made it?
Yes. We are the
What
only
happened?
ones
Yeah.
who managed to escape, says one older man in now fairly disheveled, fine clothing, with a large, droopy hat covering his shaved head.
Was there an attack?
I don't know what happened. It's just about to enter the city and well, it exploded right in front of me.
Could it have been magic?
Like it dragged into ground. You mean the ground exploded up as the chains came up?
I didn't see that. I don't know. It was so quick. It was knocked on my back.
Do you remember hearing anything? Anything? Any small detail?
Someone else from the crowd pipes up. Oh, I saw. There was it was a huge explosion, and I couldn't hear anything after that. And a few other people start nodding in unison, yeah. Some folks who seem to be closer than others are staring a little vacantly, not clearly not quite hearing what's going on. Couple have blood trickling from their ears.
I walk up to the closest one, that's staring off vacantly, and grab their head and just check their eyes for movement and shock. And then
Definitely in shock. Kind of looks through, at you and then through you.
And then there's blood pouring, trickling from their ears.
Just a light, it's now dried. He doesn't seem to respond to anything that you say to him, though.
So I'll turn, as I've got my hands on their head, I'll turn to Beriadan and I'll just go, Beriadan, the impact shattered their eardrum. They wouldn't have been able to hear anything coming. There's no way we're going to be able to find out what happened.
Well, with time, but maybe we should all hold for a moment and make sure there's no more survivors. Maybe get these people to Baldur's Gate.
Good idea. I'm gonna go
Baldur's
to
Gate
the
is-
edge of the crater.
All right. So you make your way over to the edge of this now vast, empty, ruined landscape. There's no remnants of the city that once remained, aside from a few outbuildings that were right on the edge of what had once been the outer city. Let's see. Yeah, as I said, the river nearby is slowly starting to trickle in and fill up the ruined crater, slightly slowing the flow as it progresses further east.
But
You
there's
looking
no.
for anything
Yeah,
looking for
is there
anything
any sign of the town in the crater or no?
No, it is as if someone had come in with a enormous shovel and simply scooped it away.
Just
Can I make a quick Arcana check? And I'm not trying to do anything. I don't think too crazy here. Just generally, was there some type of magical or mystical force that effectively teleported the city in some mannerism?
Go for it. Level 2. Level 2.
Yeah.
What you saw you've never heard of or read about, seen any magic that would do something like that on the material plane.
Would I have read anything about other planes doing similar things?
Like this thing happening, or just other planes in general?
Just other planes and like what they would look like. to see.
Yeah, there'd be like speculations, especially in like religious texts and the like, because other planes, can be where magic comes from, or like in the case of like the astral plane. If I'm fucking up the lore too badly here, just let me know because I'm not a Faerun expert.
Uh,
Or like the planes of like elemental power that we've dealt with before, right, gang? Haha, I remember that.
But the chains, like if it was like a teleportation, right? Like say a ginormous teleportation circle, that well, we might see ruins. But the chains, like, why chains? How big would And Brady's now just like rubbing his temples, just like massive headache, trying to figure this.
Clearly, we're dealing with forces beyond our comprehension.
Been taken to a better place.
or worse.
I doubt that any place underground would be considered better.
Oh,
You never know.
wow.
Dwarves live underground. That's racist. You're a racist, huh?
Well, also,
I just stare at Asmodeus and just kind of shake my head.
The silence was deafening. I love it.
But by the look of this, I mean, it wasn't pulled truly down, right? It was.
When it was happening, it looked like it was being pulled down. But yeah, now that you're here, it's like just gone.
Can I? Like how deep is this crater again?
Let's see. Fairly deep. Obviously at the edges, it's not a sheer cliff. It slopes down gently.
Mm-hmm.
But it's relatively even towards the center. So let's see, about maybe 20 feet deep at the deepest part.
I'm gonna like leap off the sides and just like start running down into the center.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to check it.
I'm gonna go after her.
All right. Yeah, the ground below is just as if it had been been upturned earth. There's obviously towards the center, it starts to become more rocky, and there's water pooling here now. What are you looking for?
I was looking for like any traces of like what we had seen in the explosion initially. So like the red light and the smoke,
Mm-hmm.
fire. Just kind of like looking for any traces of that in like that middle section
Mm-hmm.
to see if I were to dig, if I could see to where it's going. Like just trying to.
Yeah,
cancel
figure out like what just happened.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you make your way down into the crater, start looking around. Oh wow. I keep forgetting that it tells me that who can read what. I got distracted. Anyways, sorry. You you start looking around, digging around. You don't find any trace of. The ground feels warm to the touch, not hot. But otherwise there is no real signs of debris or what's the word I'm looking for here? Active fires, bits of metal,
Yeah.
anything like that. In a few places at the edges, there are what seems to be the remains of foundations of buildings, but otherwise nothing. It's just gone.
So I'll just like I'll place my hand flat on the ground and look up at Beriadan, who's probably at this point still running towards go.
Mm-hmm.
Still warm.
Can we please get out of the hole, and maybe I can with some time detect magic here, cast the spell, right, and see what there is to see. Yes, please.
Fine. Stand up and I'll start climbing out of the hole.
Yeah. Easy enough to do.
And then I would sit down, and as I go to sit down, I'd look up at Ekard and say, "Can you check for more survivors, maybe on the outskirts, and try and gather them all together.
Ekard just silently salutes and does exactly as suggested.
All right. You're just gonna like patrol around the outside of the crater for a little bit.
Pretty much. I mean, if I got a horse, I might as well go ahead and use it to my
Sure.
advantage.
I need 10 minutes.
And
While
Keya
you're
will-
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say while Beriadan's casting that,
Oh boy.
I'm gonna try. I'll try to do it out of his sight and cast prestidigitation to make him just smell like an off smell like brimstone.
Okay.
Just
That's
out of
great.
curiosity, how long would it take me to ride around the perimeter of the crater?
Let me see. I'll try to get you as accurate an answer as I can by looking at how big the city is. Wow, I wish this was had a scale on it. It is a large. It was a large city. Damn it, no scale. What a shame.
Yeah,
So
it
it
gives
might
me.
take him like 10 minutes to circumvent or even longer.
Yeah, it might take 10 or more minutes. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Here, I'll
definitely
post.
more. I would assume more than 10 minutes. Absolutely.
How about an hour? There we go. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially like on horseback.
It gives me an estimation of like population, but it doesn't give me because I'm trying to Google it myself and I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, it's big. It's got like 200,000. It has was it 200 or 20? I can't remember. Anyway, couple thousand like a couple thousand people, right? So it's a big old place.
26,778 registered.
There you go.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
You just you find a piece of government census like floating in the wind.
yeah.
It's got embers on the edges of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Bureaucracy did this.
I'm gonna wander around to the people who aren't looking so great and just like help sit them down and make
Mhm.
sure that they're okay. Maybe clean up the blood a little bit.
Sure.
Just attend to their needs.
Easy enough. Let's see. So yeah, Ekard, as you're patrolling around, as you get from the gate that you're currently at, which is the westerlymost gate.
Mhm.
Here, I'll post a map in the old Discord so you can kind of see.
All right.
I don't think there's one chilling. So you guys are sitting at the northwestern corner of that map.
Okay.
Okay.
Around where that gate would have been, there is a small, like I said, outer city limits area. This should hopefully give a sense of scale too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ekard, as you approach, you go west or east rather. Bleh, directions are hard. Along the edge of the crater. When you
Mhm.
approach the other road, you'd start to find a few other survivors. Same
Okay.
deal. Seems like they managed to get out through that gate.
So yeah, the
Or
northwestern gate. Yeah, I see there. Yeah.
yeah, so you can start leading them back, but this will be after um, what's the word? Beriadan finishes his spell and looks around.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just go ahead and I would just gather up the people. I would just take stock of any injuries, anyone
Mhm.
that's capable. If try to calm down as many people as I can,
Mhm.
inform them that there's another group likewise that's on the other side, and see if anyone's capable of traveling, and then try to direct them over to toward that other group.
Yeah. Injuries seem very minor aside from the couple that were apparently very close to the blast.
Okay.
Um, so there's a couple people who are hard of hearing, looking very dazed, but everyone is walking wounded, only minor scrapes and bruises. Nothing fell on anyone, it was just gone.
Fair enough.
So as you're leading them back, we'll cut back to the rest of the group. After the 10 minutes pass, Beriadan, you blink your eyes with the old detect magic up, and the entire crater is glowing very brightly with conjuration magic.
Nice.
But as you watch, it's slowly starting to fade.
Conjuration magic. Because nothing was. Wow, or was something summoned or teleportation magic? Can be of a conjuration nature. Well, could be good because I perhaps thought that a fire, like a ginormous fireball. No, that couldn't. No.
One of the other planes or perils had teleported this entire city down there.
Maybe.
Or a way to get it.
Maybe.
There's just so many people that have been taken.
Uh-huh. And while she says that, I am gonna scan my eyes now over like the survivors,
Mm-hmm.
particularly looking for like if there's like any conjuration magic on any of them.
No. They there's like, maybe like one or two people seems to have like a minor magic item on their person, but
Right.
otherwise
Nothing that
nothing.
screams like I'm from another plane of existence.
Yeah, nothing significant on anyone here.
Good, 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 good. And perhaps the strangest part, though, I don't think my detect magic really added to this, but I have a strong smell of brimstone too. Don't
That
don't know where it'd be
that
from.
definitely would signify the hell, wouldn't it?
I suppose you're right, sir.
Hmm.
Good Sir Asmodeus. Which but no, I won't ask. Never mind. Maybe we should just escort these people to,
Really?
I guess, Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
Hmm. Did you see anything else of interest among the survivors?
Sorry, what is that, Asmodeus?
Did you see anything else of interest among the survivors with
Ah,
your fancy magic?
oh, a few trinkets, but nothing of note.
Can you point them out to me, please?
Well, sure. That guy right there. I'll just point at whoever and point out
Yeah.
their thing.
He's got a small a ring on one of his fingers is glowing with a faint protection magic.
He looks like
Abjuration,
ring of
that's the word.
a ring of protection or some other type of abjuration magic. It appears. And that guy over there. Well, he's got.
Small in like a bag, he has orb that is faintly glowing restoration.
He may have healing magic of some sort from there. That maybe we should speak to him about helping. But
Hmm.
On it, and Keya will run up to him and ask him about the glowing
Yeah, I
orb.
see you got magic in your bag.
I'll go to the other guy with the ring.
Okay.
You do
So-
Keya first.
Yep.
So Keya will just run up and go, "Please, sir, we know you have restoration magic. Are you able to help?"
Oh, this man is a half orc wearing a white apron, his clothing dusted and flowery. Kind of looks at you for a second and says, I don't know what you're talking about.
The
But
orb?
like you notice one of his hand goes to like his bag
Please,
instinctually.
sir, I know you have the magics on you. We can see it. Any help could benefit all of your patriots from your town. You're gonna just let them potentially suffer?
You're right. It's not much though. And he like pulls out like a vial with a red liquid in it.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Do you have a loved one close by?
He looks at the crater for a moment and then shakes his head.
Well, it's difficult. I thought it would have been something more substantial, an orb or a charm that could have helped with multiple people, but it seems like it would be only useful for one. If you find somebody that needs the help, please
Yes.
shoot. And I'll give him a gold piece and I'll slide it into his hand.
He nods and looks around the crowd for a moment before going over to one person who looks particularly shell-shocked. Asmodeus, getting over to this older gentleman with his little ring.
Yep. So I'll approach. I'll be like, "Good sir, I'm Sir Asmodeus Minerva, at your service." And I'll try to reach out my hand for a handshake.
He shakes your hand and says,
Okay. And I'm gonna try to steal the ring as I'm doing that. Kind of like take his hand and then put my other hand on top and do the whole bit.
Yeah, sleight of hand check as he introduces himself as Emmerich Cormier. But as you're trying to slip this ring off of his finger, he squeezes your hand hard and narrows his eyes at you and is just like, careful.
Yeah,
Kind of.
sorry. It's in my finger. One of my rings must have got caught on yours. Apologize.
The guy takes his hand back and just holds it close. Now he's a little suspicious.
Yeah. Do you have any family? Is there anything I can do to help?
He shakes his head and says, No. Squared away here, sir. Well,
We're gonna get you all to Baldur's Gate. I think that's the plan, anyways. All right. Make sure you get all your belongings. Keep an eye on that ring, and we'll get all set and ready to go, and they'll head back to the group.
Yeah, you can feel him staring into you as you're walking back.
Yeah, I just have a big grin on my face, just playing it off. But really, I'm kind of pissed I didn't get it. Fuck. Anyways, so what's the plan? Is that code back yet?
Let's see, 10 minutes. You can see him starting to he's a little ways out still, a couple minutes out, but you can see him coming around with a new group of people. Maybe about 25 to 30 people.
Alright. So we'll wait for them to get over here before we head out.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave them, fuck it.
No, fuck it. We've got a head start. First one's to Baldur's Gate wins.
What time of day is it?
Let's see. Left in the morning. Around afternoon. It's a little afternoon.
How long would it take us to get to Baldur's Gate?
10 days, according to your last travel. Took you 10 days to get here.
People ran out in a panic so that we don't have camping gear and stuff for everybody.
You don't have food. You don't have very much supplies.
Would I know of any trade routes or any
maybe somewhere closer to Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can
It's
find.
just in on the side of the road somewhere.
Not particularly. Most of the fields of the dead. That's what they're called.
Good.
Love that name. That's not scary.
Yeah. The fields of the dead are not super well inhabited. In fact, you're on the road between Baldur's Gate and Elturel. Thank you, me, for remembering. Very cool. The most of the people along the way, there are farmsteads and ranches, but otherwise nothing substantial enough to be considered a town or even an inn, really. On your way in, you did pass a old. There we go. There's the map I'm looking for. Jeepers creepers. On the way in, off of just off the river, there is actually a old dilapidated fort. However, rumors of the dead walking in there are abound. See if I can find anything helpful. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
I mean, maybe we can't get these people to Baldur's Gate. I'm not suggesting leaving them, but perhaps we find them a place to hold out and try and find them some materials, and we rush ahead to Baldur's Gate and try and send help back for them.
I think that's the best idea we've got. What moves do we have?
I don't know. The forest, maybe. Maybe there's an opportunity for hunt and the cultists and those who lived there. Perhaps, we never found a camp, but perhaps they had to have been surviving there somehow. Minimal materials, at least. I don't know.
If we were to go back, follow through the other pathways, we might be able to find some place else that would provide us with some shelter at least. Even if we all stayed in the cave.
There's no obvious leader of the survivors, is there? Like a guy who's kind of taking control or stepping up everything?
No one in particular. Everyone seems to still be trying to get their bearings. This group is less of one organized effort and more smaller groups that found their way together and started traveling as one. Not long before you met them, even.
Right. Are they all waiting on us, or are they already moving? For example,
They seem to be largely waiting on you guys, especially because you seem to be taking charge pretty well. More than anyone else. Most of the group here seems to be just judging by the way they're dressed, traveling merchants, sailors, maybe a guard or two here who lost their weapon or hastily half donned their armor, that kind of stuff. No one seems willing or able to really step in and take command.
Ekard, you seem adept at perhaps surviving in these environments. What do you think?
I just kind of look up and I'm like, I really can't think of anything that you guys haven't already covered. To be perfectly honest.
So do we just head for Baldur's Gate and hope we get lucky along the way? Do we try and find the people a refuge in the interim? What do we do?
Somewhere to stay.
I would
safe.
I would suggest maybe asking among the group, what sort of skills they've got. If we've got any particular guardsmen or fighters, we could probably check to see if there are anyone I'd say I think we should take a stock of the people. Check to see how bad injuries are, how well people are capable of traveling, and see if there's if we've got any guardsmen or fighters among the group that might be able to wield a blade or some sort of weapon. Um, and just take whatever we can to the city in as small of a group as possible to lighten our load and ease our burden, but not try to leave too many behind. And then just send help as quickly as we can.
Sorry, where do we leave the ones behind? Not here.
No, I'm guessing probably maybe we could set up like a campsite or something in the woods, probably.
Are there any children around?
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, if there's any that are like crying or upset, I'm gonna go around and just start kind of doing little prestidigitation tricks and just try to cheer them up.
Sure. Yeah. Easy enough
I'm
to
not
do.
one for planning.
You
What
just
about
wander off and distract the children you find with some magic tricks.
What about to the? Is there anything closer than Baldur's Gate on the east side? Toyota?
I'm not really into geography.
Are there
Uh,
any settlements on the west side that could also potentially be closer?
Well, I know
like
that.
like there are small like stuff, nothing that would find itself on a map on the west. To the east, you think there's maybe some small villages closer than Baldur's Gate, but
Because if that's the case, we could probably just we could guide the group to the village, the small village, leave them there, and then ride onwards to Baldur's Gate to, get a bigger task force to send relief.
If we're sending like a group of like 70 people together, right? Is that the number you would take?
give or take, yeah.
And I know like they're kind of maybe not in the best of shape, but like this isn't like a horrible area minus what just happened, right?
No,
Like it's like they're gonna
typically
get attacked by.
typically it's pretty safe. This may have changed things. You're not sure.
Yeah, yeah. But a
Yeah,
group of like let's say bandits would be pretty ballsy to attack a group of 70 people,
Mm-hmm.
even if they don't have weapons. Maybe they would be safe. Like we go to Baldur's Gate, inform whoever there what happened, and request that they send aid, and just let them know that the survivors are making their way east to one of the nearby villages.
I do also have another alternative idea.
Okay.
I could ride ahead because one person traveling alone could probably travel a lot faster than a group of 70. And if I make it to Baldur's Gate, I could go ahead and send the message and then maybe ride back with some relief and probably meet you guys halfway if that's possible.
It's a good idea. I do worry for you though. That's where like if the four of us maybe went ahead, no, I would feel safer for the scouts, if you will, right? And then
For ourselves.
and hopefully get back, all in the same speed. Because you're right, one's quicker than 70, but I don't think one is quicker than four.
Hmm.
Should be able to keep pace with each other. Think.
Just for say something would happen to you on your way, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Chains shoot out of the ground and grab. I don't know. I don't know, right?
Can I look around the crowd for like a man or woman in their 30s or 40s
Mm-hmm.
who seems like still well put together and not so shell shocked, who looks like they could be capable of, talking to these people?
Sure. Yeah. There's a couple different folks. Some most of the people that seem like they're more or less fine seem like they were not in the city at all when it came down. They were either leaving or about to enter. So there's a scattering of people that appear to be merchants, traveling merchants, or farmers from the outlying farms, and a couple of pilgrim. But yeah, there's enough people that fit that description in this crowd.
Okay, so I'll pick like one of
You.
the one of the two farmers, whoever,
Mm-hmm.
somebody who looks like they'd be from this area, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna pick one of the merchants or the
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. And I'll just go you come.
Ah.
I need to speak with you.
They like look at each other for a moment and like come over to where you're standing.
We need leadership among these people.
Uh-huh.
I think our plan is that the four of us who have horses, we are going to ride ahead to Baldur's Gate, and we're going to warn them of what's happened, and then we're going to warn them that there are 70 or so of you coming. What you need to do is keep them under control, keep them calm, and help get them moving. At least one of you to recruit a couple of friends or other people to help rally a group and start moving up. The other, do the same thing, stay at the back of the group, and move together. Do you think you can do this?
One of them seems a little hesitant, but the other one like nods his head and he says, "Yeah, yeah, I think I can do that." And at that, his buddy's like, "Yeah, we can do that."
The one who's hesitant, I'll put my hands on his shoulders and I'll look at him and I'll go, "You can do this. You need to make sure that you stay calm yourself, but I have faith in you."
Right. Thanks.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
No pressure.
Just trying to make him feel better about the fact that
Yeah. If you tell him that, that that you're all counting on him, he grimaces for a moment, but like nods. Like, yeah,
I wasn't being in character when I said that.
I know. But just saying, if you do like say something like that, that's his response. But he nods and says, "Yeah, I can do that."
Good. I think that settles it. And I'll turn back to the rest of the group and say, "We need to act now. If we keep dilly-dallying, there's no telling what could be next. Baldur's Gate, maybe."
Like we could do anything about that.
No, but the faster we get there, the faster we could warn people,
Of course.
get them out, get these people to safety.
Your leadership is inspiring and beautiful. Let's go.
As we ride off, I just speak of like, I just had a horrible, I thought, what if what happened here happened to Baldur's Gate already? What if we're already too late?
Could have happened to every major city in all of Avernus. This could be a cataclysmic event.
Not worry too much.
Yeah, me neither. Yes.
Good old Asmodeus.
Keeps everybody's head straight.
He just like strolls back in after just doing some like card tricks and things. What are we talking?
Alright, what's the plan?
We're leaving.
Yeah.
To get to Baldur's Gate quickly and send help for these poor people.
Assuming it hasn't already been dragged into the ground too.
Ekard, well, yes. Ekard, Sir Asmodeus, neither of you had family here, did you?
No, thankfully.
Thankfully, yes. Okay.
Let's go. I jump on my horse and I look back at Beriadan and push my horse forward.
All right. And as you guys are riding off, you can see the two farmers you'd appointed as leaders start gathering everyone up, explaining the situation, doing their best to assign roles. They seem to be, as you're disappearing around the corner, seem to be doing a okay job of it. But you ride on. through the fields. Let's see. Of course, you don't make it super far because it is a half-day travel, unless you wish to push yourselves.
Over the river and through the woods, to Baldur's Gate we go.
No, we can't push the horses. If they were to, no, we need to be smart about this.
I need a rest as well. Never mind the horses.
Okay, yes, that's true as well. Yes.
Pick up a small can. Take turns.
All right. So you ride off at at fair speed. Not pushing the horses, don't worry. When the evening comes, you find a suitable place, make a crude camp at the side of the road. Throughout the remainder of the day of your travel, you notice the farmsteads and ranches and things seem to have already been abandoned. People have already apparently started to vacate this area. There's no sign of where they went, but they're not here.
But there's no sign of like conflict either, right?
No,
Like
it is they. If you were to investigate one of the houses, they would. It looks as though they packed up and left with quickly, but not under duress.
I'll like yell this as we're riding. Like the explosion must have been seen for kilometers away or miles for our American friends.
A great distance.
Yes.
Many leagues.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah. Comment.
All right, but you settle down to make camp with whatever supplies you may have. You were traveling, so you do have whatever starting equipment. So I hope anyway.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Or bedroll and whatnot.
Sleeping bags on the side of the road. It's a cool night. Is anyone taking watch?
We'll take turns.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I like to wake up early, so wake me up at the end.
Yeah, I will go before Keya then. Yes.
Perfect. All right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but elves don't actually sleep; they trance, right?
4
Yeah.
hours trance, yes.
All right.
Yeah. Yes. So
But
if you two go first, actually I could probably just take the entire final watch, but
yeah, I'm not sure how that actually works. I think that's allowed.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, is that because you only it's only 4 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not gonna say no.
I think Tony played it once in the past this way, where it's like if you do it, it's 4 hours for the meditation, but then for like wizard, part of your sleep time or whatever would be taking time to do your spell book, right? So maybe
So
it's
the way a long rest is written to work, it's 8 hours long, right? 6 of
Mhm.
those
Yeah.
hours you're asleep, and 2 of those hours, 1 hour at the start of it and 1 hour at the end, is like light activity, preparing your spell list, sharpening your weapon, tending to injuries, making dinner, that kind of stuff. They call it light activity, I think, is the actual word for it. So that's just why I was like, that's weird. But yeah, no, you absolutely can, if you would like, take the entire final half of the watch.
Yeah, I won't wake Keya up. I'll
I
let
would
her sleep.
like to say that this would be about the time that in story that Ekard would be the one. He'd be kind of like spending some of his time kind of kneeling, sort of like in half meditation, half in almost prayer, just kind of letting his mind wander and adrift, thinking how he could potentially help these people. Just having seen all the horrors that has gone and just trying to figure out what to do. This would be about the time where he would, come into contact with the celestial being.
Perhaps
And
in his sleep.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Easy enough. Yeah, he dreams of a, well, what do you want your patron to look like?
I was thinking either a Kieran or your unicorn, one of the two.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he dreams of he is visited in the night. He feels as though he's on his watch, but he's actually asleep.
Hmm.
Hears something moving in the woods, and out steps a shining unicorn.
Saying that
And
kind of surprises him because he's never seen a beast of this nature, especially in this part of the world.
mm-hmm.
And but he can feel the immense, almost I I can definitely he could feel an immense, almost godlike ethereal power just emanating from this creature,
Mm-hmm.
and he finds himself just in awe at this majestic beast.
For now, all it does is simply incline its head. Pact is simply formed with a celestial being. No deals to be struck, of course. Um, your desire to do good was enough. Come
This
morning, you will be able to use Warlock ability.
say he wakes up and he feels much more powerful than he had the day prior.
Pow- Powerful and at peace,
Yes.
kinda. So, Asmodeus, your watch is after everyone goes to sleep. Quiet, almost too quiet. No animals are stirring in the nearby woods or the fields beyond. You don't even hear insects. Seems as though not only the people have abandoned this region. Your watch passes uneventfully.
Kick
Assume
Ekard.
you
Your
just
turn.
kick him awake.
Yeah.
You kick him awake out of his uh, peaceful dream of with the unicorn.
It's your turn. Get up. It's not my turn to sleep.
Ah.
You
And
still feel at peace when you wake up, just
yeah,
a little maybe a little annoyed. That's up to you, of course.
I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Blah. And I just kind of take my watch and just kind of keep an eye out for anything
Mhm.
unusual or out of the ordinary.
Very good. Let's see. Yeah, once again, eerily still tonight. Nothing seems to be about tonight, anyway. Your short watch passes uneventfully.
All right, and then I just move on to the next person down in the line and just let them know.
Shake Beriadan awake.
Yep.
Or out of trance. I guess he would just be awake.
Yeah, like I'm aware of my surroundings slightly, right?
I think so. It's like meditation. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Elves are weird.
So as Ekard like walks up to me, I'll just open my eyes and go, I suppose it's my turn.
I just simply give a nod.
Excellent.
And
Sleep
yep.
well. And I'll
Mhm.
I'll sit up, but I'll pull out my pack, my red leather spell tome,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll find a place to sit, and I'll like just kind of like look around me, cursory glance around, and then I'll kind of go in between looking at my spells and trying to finish off my understanding of this new spell I'm working on, while also keep watch.
Very good. Let's see. And once again, eerily silent. Um, I suppose because Keya is also an elf, she could just be awake too at this point. Forgot about that. Damn
Yeah, I guess
elves.
4 hours would have been up by now, so I would join Beridian and sit and maybe flip through a book or something, do some research.
Damn elves. Yeah. Two of you pass the time quietly, but Nothing accosts you in the night. You're awoken by this no bird sound. Simply the rising sun. You set off again after a short breakfast. And once again, staggering, or not staggering, bleh. Every building you pass seems abandoned. It's about midday, however, when you come across a wagon. There's a few men standing around it, looking annoyed, dismayed, arguing amongst themselves. Seems as though one of the wheels has fallen off, stranding them.
As we pull up, I kind of like I'll hold my hand and point towards Keya and I'll just hold.
I look mildly annoyed.
I'll say this loud enough that we can hear, but hopefully they can't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust this.
Oh, it's fine. They just had a wheel fall off. We're not here to stop and help them, though. We need to carry on.
And if it's a trap,
We'll deal with it. Are you a coward?
yes.
Good. That makes two of us.
Suspicious, anyways, but yes. Oh, by the way, is I just remembered? Do we still have Rhea with us?
Shit! I forgot about Rhea. Fuck.
Or
Rhea would elect to stay behind to. There you go. Another person to help.
a little extra help, yeah.
There you go. She takes lead then.
Yeah.
She'll take point.
There you go. No DMPCs for you. Haha.
Haha.
It's for the best. Okay, so do we just ride by them?
Or kill them. Which you prefer?
Don't think we need to go that far.
Oh, well then. Let's carry on.
But I will prepare myself, and I will touch a piece of leather to my chest and enact my mage armor.
All right. So you start to ride past this stopped wagon. The three men, they are armed, not heavily by any stretch. One has like a scythe. One has a hatchet. One has a dagger in his belt. They're not standing guard. Their weapons aren't drawn. But they seem to be arguing about whose fault their misfortune is, rather than actually doing anything about it. As you pass by, they stop and stare at you. Hands go to their weapons briefly as they watch you suspiciously. But if you continue to just pass them by, they don't make any effort to greet you or accost you in any way.
How close is Beriadan's horse to mine?
Right beside.
There you go.
I'm gonna lean over and just say, "Help."
Think of it this way: we stop. We're slowing the aid to all those people we promised to help. Gentlemen, good luck with your wagon.
They kind of suspiciously nod in thanks. One of them says, "And luck on your journey." But otherwise, you can kind of feel them watching you as you carry on.
Once we get relatively out of earshot,
Mhm.
I'll turn to Asmodeus and say, "Definitely highwayman."
Don't think so. But
We're just afraid
Sure.
to, but I believe so.
Beriadan, you're so suspicious of everyone.
Yes.
Not everyone is out to get someone.
What my experience tells me.
I'd listen to your master, Beriadan.
Well,
Nothing.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not her manservant?
No, no, I'm. He is. Well. Okay, so yeah.
To put this lightly,
You're
I
fucking.
Yep,
That's-
my
okay.
husband doesn't know, and he's in Baldur's Gate, so we need to be extremely cautious. Beriadan, cat's out of the bag now. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. And I would not try and share this information. Her husband is quite the powerful mage, and
Can you believe he
And-
tried to tell me that I was not worthy of learning magic?
he is an asshole.
I would
Uh,
never stop a woman from doing what she loves.
I mean, either yes.
Really?
Yeah. But I would just say, yeah, let's keep this to ourselves. Yeah.
Cross my heart and hope to die.
I
fingers
would
crossed
not
behind
put
my
it
back.
past him to not only punish Keya and I, but also both of you for being with us. Yes, I know I said your name wrong. A little bit frazzled.
Oh,
It's all the
Beriadan.
time. It's fine.
Regardless, if he didn't get to you first, if you had said anything, I would. So keep that in the back of your mind.
And who would I not try to say this to? Just anyone, or him
That's-
in particular, or his
It's
servants?
a great idea, and also we won't tell you his name, so then
Okay.
that don't have any inkling to talk to him.
Good point.
So
Um,
then you two might have to turn it down a little bit, because I've kind of pegged you from the get-go.
what turn what down?
Your little lovey-dovey staring fest.
Oh,
You are a little overprotective.
it's
That too.
just cautious behavior, which when cities are being swallowed by chain portals, I think I am understandably doing the right thing.
Well, you didn't know that before, though.
This is true. He makes a good point. All's well that ends well. My friends,
If it will end well, of course.
we will be more cautious.
Good, because if you get caught and I do have to pay for it, I will be sorely crossed.
Ah, yes. I would assume you would be. Maybe a disguise would be best.
Well, no, it's fine that I'm with you. In fact, I told your husband that I would be going with you.
He was none pleased.
No, but like I told him as like a guard, right? So it's okay that I'm with you.
I don't think that he'd want the god to be fucking his wife, though.
But he doesn't know.
Oh,
Or
that's
does
true.
he? He probably doesn't know.
He probably knows. Anyway,
Yes,
we'll
anyway,
deal with
yes.
it when we get there.
Or not, or we won't deal with it.
We'll probably end up having to deal with it.
Please don't. Not ready for that.
Who?
We're not. Let's go. Let's just, what? Faster writing would be good. Yeah.
Ekard, what do you think about it? Silence as always. Gotcha.
I appreciate his thinking on this.
I feel like Ben's muted.
No, I'm not muted. I just don't have anything to say.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yep.
The remainder of your day progresses without incident. And do you have any desire to set up camp in a similar manner by the road, or?
Yeah.
To the side.
All right. Similar watch order.
Good.
Once again, this night passes by without a incident to any of you. You don't see the other group, the three men with their wheelless wagon. Let's see. And come morning, you set off once more. The next 3 days pass similarly without any major incident. Let's see. However, on the start of the 6th day of travel, this time, you come across a tree that is lying across the road, which is odd because this area is not wooded at all, actually. And it has been chopped. What would you like to do?
Now, I think that might be a trap, Beriadan.
Yep. Mage armor.
And I'll scan the immediate vicinity for any traces of footsteps or
Oh, I forgot.
sounds, anything.
Sure thing.
But Keya, perhaps that new spell you were telling me about. Maybe you should enact that now on somebody anyway.
Let me quickly. I don't remember if I gave you guys a long rest, so give me 1 second. So
Just
you would've-
kind of reset everything.
Yeah,
Some of us still have wounds, anyways.
yeah.
You know,
There's
yeah.
the rest button. Short, long.
Like, yo,
Would like to be a little bit.
So how far away are we from it?
You would. I'm assuming you would stop at
Deckard.
Like 100 feet kind of thing?
Yeah, you can. It's pretty easy to see. You round a corner, kind of deal. And you're essentially just currently walking through a large field.
It's just a field.
I'll quickly get up. Sorry, I'll quickly get up to Ekard and touch him on the shoulder and just go. You can do it. You'll go faster. And cast Gift of Alacrity on him.
Oh,
All right.
thank you.
I'm gonna take a quick look around and see if I can see anybody. Nope. Oh, looks fine to me.
Wow, that's a really good spell.
Yeah,
Alright, yeah.
1d8 to initiative. I could definitely use that.
Oh, 7. Nice.
And it's for the whole day too.
Nice.
So, yeah, Asmodeus, you peer around the surrounding area. When I say field, I should clarify. This is a large wheat field. It looks like you passed the ranch, again, seemingly abandoned, a little while ago. There is nothing in sight, though.
Are you gonna be stealthing up there, Ekard?
Yeah, I suppose I could do that.
I'll have you
Yes.
back.
Sweet.
I'll go with you.
Let's say I will go ahead and I will.
Nice. Nice. Well
there
done.
we go.
That 18 was almost a 5 there, eh?
Yeah.
Asmodeus?
Yeah, I know. My roll's been doing that to me this whole time.
Like, it was so close to being a 5 that I almost thought it was. Like, right off the bat.
I love we just both rolled an 18.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, the two of you dismount, and you're approaching.
I'm gonna go into the wheat field to like kind of hide my approach.
Fool that you are. Haven't you seen the movie In the Long Grass?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. He doesn't disappear into the wheat.
Okay.
Also,
Well, I
don't watch
kind of
it.
do.
It's kind of a lame movie. First half's good. Second half's kind of lame. Anyways, so yeah, you you skulk into the wheat, keeping low. As you creep forward, you manage to get. Well, how close are you trying to get to it? Are you making a
pretty much
wide
good.
berth around it? Gonna go right up to it?
I'm gonna be going kind of like almost right up to it
Okay.
on whichever side.
Sure.
Say left. Ekard went right. How about
There
that?
you go. There you go. All right. So you approach. You manage to reach the felled tree at around the same time. Crouching down low behind it, there's three people. One appears to be a half-elf woman. Uh, the other two look like humans. They're both the humans are carrying pitchforks. The half-elf is carrying a hatchet. She kind of like peers up over the log and apparently sees your now empty horses, and utters a quiet curse, looks to her companions, and like gestures for them to like crawl back into the wheat. What would you like to do?
Ekard, you go first. If there's anything you want to do, you say it first.
So, are they like?
They're basically lying down, hiding behind this tree, apparently an ambush.
So they're waiting for us then.
You can assume that, yes.
I don't know if I should call out to them or if I should just take them by surprise by like firing an arrow at the tree, like kind of in their general direction, but not actually at them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of give them a heads up, like, hey, we know you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
I think I'll do that. I'll just go ahead and I'll use one of my arrows from my short bow and just kind of like, thwack, kind of
Yeah.
like right at the tree.
The three of them were starting to like crawl backwards, off the road to hide, and when all of a sudden, yeah, your arrow snakes between them, sticking into the tree and halts them in their tracks. They just freeze. They are not moving, and you can like see that they look terrified.
Yeah. After I see that happen, I'll like stand up and I'm like, "Oh, what do you all lot think you're doing?"
You just like emerge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beriadan and Keya, you see Asmodeus just stand up and he's talking to someone, either the tree or someone behind it.
Obviously the tree.
Mm-hmm.
That?
Uh,
Well, so, like not quickly riding up, but just like start trotting up.
mhm. The the three of them like were apparently starting to move once again when you just emerge and they freeze again. Um, the half elf like looks back over her shoulder at the other two and like just drops her hatchet and like puts her hands up.
Decision.
The other two follow suit.
There you go. You're not so dumb after all.
Who puts a log in the middle of the road where there are no trees?
Yes,
or-
that wasn't a very well thought out plan.
Please
What were
don't
you
hurt
trying to
us.
do?
Please don't hurt us.
Yes, what were you trying to do though?
Just get some food.
Oh, have some food. Keya, give us some food.
Alright. I'll look into my bag and pull out like a handful of apples
Mhm.
or like a thing of apples and give it to them.
They yeah, they cautiously like but graciously accept your food and immediately start mowing down on it actually. Seems as though they haven't eaten for a couple of days.
Now
I
you do
cast
realize
Chris. I'm gonna cast prestidigitation to make one of them taste like a rotten apple.
Oh,
One of the young men like like scrapes off his tongue kind of deal, right?
Ah, it's only a good jest. I'll wave it off.
He threw the apple away.
Yeah, fair enough. Waste not, want not.
You might want to go get that apple. It is fine. Yes.
He gives you like an "Are you sure?" look.
I promise.
Picks it up, starts eating again. The half elf says, where are you from?"
I'm from Baldur's Gate. Where are you from?
She like squints at you for a second. That's not the way to Baldur's Gate.
It is not.
Like the way you're coming from.
No, we're coming from Sorry, what was the
Elturel.
name? Elturel.
at home.
She said home, didn't she?
She
Where's
said,
she-
"Where are you
she said-
from?"
Yeah, exactly.
We're headed home, lady.
Ah, right. Yes, of course. Sorry. We're from we're farmhands from one of the ranches. And she like gestures the west, the way you're headed.
Hmm. And why are you out here scavenging for food?
Everyone else left, packed up, grabbed anything valuable, edible, already left.
Why?
Yes.
Haven't
why?
you heard? You've come from Elturel, haven't you? They say
Yes.
dragons destroyed it.
Ah.
Yes, it was a great big dragon. Wasn't it? We slayed it. You have
She
nothing to worry.
No.
she looks doubtful at that claim.
To be fair, we don't know what actually caused the disaster. It could have been dragon.
I mean, it could have been a dragon casting a spell.
It could have been.
It was a dragon. We did kill it.
There was a dragon cult that. You know what? Hold on.
Asmodeus.
They look at you and they say, so it's safe.
It's safe now, yes.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
fine.
No, hardly. No.
No, you can go back to work. Beriadan, shut the
Elturel is no longer there.
Yes, quite destroyed, and potentially everyone else will die too. but we
No,
don't-
that's fine. Everything is fine. You can go back to work. If you're
farm-
looking for food, though, like, why couldn't you just harvest some wheat and make some bread?
Yes, yes, and in fact, yeah, Elturel should be back any day now. So don't worry
Nope,
about
that's
that.
not true either.
Uh,
You're very bad at that.
I'm reassuring them.
I
No,
mean, realistically, you're both carrying. One of you's lying. One of you
Beriadan's worse.
scaring the shit out of it.
I might be worse. He might be have a point. Yes.
If you were to go back to Elturel, it would no longer be there. The people from that area, we have sent them on their way to Baldur's Gate, and we are riding it. If you want, you can wait for them, and hopefully they will pick you up along the way and bring you back.
But I warn you, they have many fine warriors among them.
Yeah,
So if you try what you were going to try with us,
Yes.
it would not end as well, I think.
Right. Yeah, of course. Thank you for your help. What's this?
treat them with kindness. They've been through just as much as you have.
Move the damn log.
Yes,
But to be fair, there's a wagon behind us. We know of this. They should move the log.
Yes, we can. Yes, we'll get on that. Sorry, we don't know. We're sorry.
It's fine. Just don't let it happen again. Especially to us nobles. We hate it.
I just shake my hand at Asmodeus.
This is so chaotic. I love it.
And Ekard just like shaking his head and also helps to move the log as well.
I do the log. Your help.
How much acid do you think it would take to melt that log?
I could just catapult it away.
I
I
could
don't-
probably
Oh.
burn it, but if I probably burn the
Yes.
log, I'd probably set fire to the wheat field too, and I don't want to risk that.
Yes. I'm just thinking like acid, like it dissolves at such a rate. Like
Zahn
one
is a horse and
rate and
galloping away.
I mean,
yeah,
I have a
that'd be-
tinderbox.
As you're having this conversation, the three of them like
roll.
roll the log, or the tree, such as it is, off the path. It wasn't very big. And the three of them manage it, clearing the way.
As they after they clear the if it's taking them a while, then I'll just leave.
Mhm.
But if they're like if they move it out like as we're like kind of getting back in our horses and leaving,
Mhm.
I will just turn and cast acid splash on the log.
Okay.
Like not to try and hurt any of them, like making
No,
sure
no.
way,
Um,
but just curious, like would one acid splash destroy the log or not?
Yeah, you over your shoulder just kind of toss it. The three of them like yelp, fall backwards like away from this viscous goo that is eating its way through the tree. It burns away a sizable hole, but doesn't eat the
thing.
whole thing. Yeah.
I write this down. Okay. Ekard, I do believe that your fire would have been more efficient, but more dangerous as well.
Yeah, like
Also,
I
your
said,
what fire? How would you produce such a flame?
I had a very strange dream last night. I saw a creature that was not native to this region. And when I awoke earlier this morning, I had a mental image of being able to cast fire. I don't know how I would be able to. I've never, and I kind of like raise my hand and like snap my fingers, and as soon as I snap my fingers, a wisp of flame just suddenly appears between them. Like, oh, would you look at that?
Brilliant. Are you telling me that we can go to sleep and then more spells? That simple?
No.
What Ekard just said?
No. Ekard, what was this creature that you saw? It wasn't a dragon, was it?
No, it was a. It was a. It looked like a horse, but it had like a long horn out of its head.
A horny horse, you said. Um,
Well, it
I-
wasn't.
oh.
It wasn't particularly randy. I'll tell you that much.
Right. No, I mean no. Yes. Are you-
Not unlike you, Beriadan.
I wouldn't know what you mean. But
I don't know about you lot. I've always been able to do spells.
Well, because of your. Yes. How did you cast your spells?
I was
They-
born with it.
Well,
Born with the gift.
you're named after the Lord of Hell. I'm just curious.
People feel me. Was wondering about that.
Oh, it's a fake name. Is that
Huh?
what it is?
No,
Like you
it was given to me
by
by mother.
which was a
Dragon.
Getting into that.
okay. I would not. I do not really. I care because I care about you, but I don't care in the sense of like I would not be offended. Is my point getting across okay?
Sounds like my existence offends you.
No. Quite the opposite. In fact.
You got something against half elves, do you?
No. What?
You wouldn't be
Well,
the first.
actually,
Wouldn't be the
but-
last.
It's the other half that I'm curious about. Or perhaps where your magic comes from. It appears as though Ekard has magic from a unicorn, or something.
And I just kind of raised my hand up like, unicorn, that was it.
Okay, excellent. And I know Keya and our power comes from. I'll just like point to our brains.
That's impressive considering the skulls.
Your
in the brain.
brow.
Well, our intelligence.
I know.
And-
From your
and-
hair.
Your hair. That's
Yes,
some
yes.
magical hair.
But yours comes from.
Don't know. Just always had it. My guts, I guess you could say. I don't know.
Yeah, you're a sorcerer.
That's what you call it, sure.
Intriguing. Okay.
Played around with it a little bit, not too much.
Well, those blasts that you can create are quite potent.
Yes, aren't they? The gunpowder is really quite splendid.
Gunpowder?
Yes, in my bow. I said that last time that my bolts have some gunpowder in it, so whenever I shoot,
Oh,
they
yeah.
make a bit of an explosion sometimes.
Yes, but I didn't believe you.
Oh. I don't know what else to say.
It appears as though it's some type of magical mean, but you're saying it's gunpowder, huh?
Okay, fine, it's magic. I just focus it through my crossbow.
Also intriguing. I did not know such a thing was innately possible. Is it because of some type of rune or some kind of enchantment or
I can do the same thing with my dagger, and then I point my dagger and I'll cast Eldritch Blast at the end of it.
Yeah. It builds at the end of your dagger for a moment, and then a beam of energy shoots out. The horses startle a little bit, but otherwise.
See?
Oh.
Can do it with anything.
Very impressive. I must say. Where did you read about? No, wait. No, yes, you did not study this. You just can do it.
Some of
Wait,
us are just naturally gifted.
Did you come in close contact to a wild magic rift?
Believe so.
Or made a deal with the demon.
Wait, what?
Of course not.
See, that just makes me think that.
That'd be insane.
Well, I mean, to
Who
gain
would do such a thing?
well, anyone who wants more power, I would understand it myself, but
While the whole thing is going on and like Asmodeus has, shoots off his Eldritch Blast with his dagger, Ekard just kind of looks at his own dagger and kind of facing away from the group kind of imitates the same thing that Asmodeus does and is super surprised when his own Eldritch Blast goes off.
Yeah.
I can do it too.
As you're having
the
this conversation in the background, the
and
camera
Ekard just kinda-
pans slightly to Ekard looking at his dagger, and then just
And Ekard just drops the dagger as if like made out of molten metal. Oh my god!
so maybe was it a unicorn then for Asmodeus?
Not that I believe so. I've never seen a unicorn. I don't know what they are.
he lies poorly.
Well, they're a mythical creature, right? I've never actually seen one.
Unicorns? It's not real.
I didn't think they were real.
I've seen
I
a
can believe
picture
that
of
they're
one
not
of the
real.
books.
Like,
Maybe a fake?
huh?
Right.
Do you think maybe one of the fake is power?
Perhaps after we're done getting help for these people, and of course we're riding this whole time, right?
Yes, you're not. You haven't stopped your conversation. Don't worry.
I would, I would very much appreciate if you would join me at the public library in Baldur's
Nope,
Cave,
that sounds boring.
and perhaps, well, but wait, we could perhaps come to a conclusion on the source of your power, and
I don't really care where it comes from. Just fun. It's fun. It lets me get away with things. It's nice.
When you
Keeps me out of trouble and gets me into trouble.
Wouldn't you like to learn more?
Nope.
More magics that you can do? More magics to keep you out of trouble and do ridiculous, nefarious things? Maybe not nefarious, that was the wrong word. But
Oh no, that sounds about right up my alley.
I mean, if he wants to be nefarious, who are we to say no, right? But I'm very okay. All right. When you would like to talk more about the subject, please come to me first, and I would happily
Be
to
my
you-
manservant. Nice.
There's a
Yes, I
great-
accept.
he has a great teeth.
call it manservant if you wish. Yes.
I'd say this all sounds up like up Ekard's alley. He's like totally into this.
There you go.
Nope. I don't really feel like researching.
Okay. Echo, did the unicorn have a name?
No, I didn't get into any conversations with it. I just remember its coat was as white as the freshly fallen snow, and its mane seemed almost rainbow and ethereal in color. We just locked eyes. It gave a nod to me, and it just sort of vanished into the ether.
Surely that's dead. I've only heard stories of it, but that must be them.
To say, all I remember aside from its appearance was that I felt a deep, almost godlike power emanating from this. I've never felt anything so strong.
Neither of you can send messages via a sending spell ahead of us to Baldur's Gate, can you?
Nope. Can't do a thing like that.
Because it would be very, very deeply important if we could do that, if you had that power, so we could make a reservation at the library for a certain time. Wait, no, it would be more important, yes, just to ask for help, yes. But the library, anyways, okay, yes.
In time, dear.
So, you continue on the remainder of your day, setting camp once more. Once again, unaccosted in the night. It's now been this is your 6th day, 7th day, 8th day, pass uneventfully once again. On the 9th, you can finally see the outskirts of Baldur's Gate.
Still there.
Still there.
As
As you ride in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
As the Ekard just looks immensely relieved from this.
You ride down the trail. You made great time. In spite of a couple minor slowdowns. You make your way to the edge of the outer city, extends a ways beyond the city, much larger than the one that Elturel housed. Except this time, the city is crowded. People have more people than you've ever seen in this part of town are taking shelter where they can in alleys, in makeshift tents. And as you get closer and closer to the Basilisk Gate on the east side of town, the crowd gets thicker until you arrive and realize that the gates are shut. Standing on the walls and at the base, at the outside of the gate, holding people back, are men and women dressed in ringmail armor, each one wearing a flaming fist on their chest, the local militia that keeps Baldur's Gate in line. And this time seems to be keeping the refugees out. Everyone you see that is outside of the gate seems as though the groups from the various farms and homesteads that made their way here ahead of you with all haste. What would you like to do?
So, immediately, like, realizing that the refugees are being kept out, I have my hood up,
Mhm.
and I'll tell everybody to follow my lead,
Mhm.
and then I'll ride up to the gate.
As best you can, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, people clear away
yeah.
as a as 4 horses start riding through.
And I'll reach the front gate and I'll go, let us in.
Burly half orc guarding the door, like one of the guards, looks up at you and frowns and says, "Sorry, no one's getting in. Flame Soldier's orders."
I pull my hood down and I'll say, do you know who I am? Do you want my husband to come and kill you?
He just
Let
shrugs.
me, let me and my companions in, or I'll have you fired. Or have
Yes,
you
we're all nobles and we're all high standing. We
Asmodeus.
require in. I have papers.
And I'll look at the half orc again and go, let us in, or bring me your supervisor.
He looks up at you for a moment, like not breaking eye contact. Then he just shrugs, looks behind him, and calls out to someone behind the gate, "Beatty, get Dodge!" And a guy behind the gate like darts off. He just goes back, looks up at you, like hands on his hips defiantly. He doesn't seem to care much for your threat, but also doesn't want to deal with this anymore.
Yep, that's fair.
Let's see.
I'll just stare him down until the other guy comes.
Yeah, just it's a staring contest.
Burning fucking holes in his head.
Where's the description of this man? Where does it hide?
Thought I was important. Good job. You really are a woman to be reckoned with, Keya.
Thank you, I do try.
Let's see. All right. After a few minutes, a group of 7 people come back with Petey, the guard who had been sent out. 6 of them seem to be just they're dressed similarly, maybe more higher grade armor. But they are wearing the flaming fist of the militia. The man at the head of the party. Let's see. Tall man with long black hair and a leather eye patch is looks annoyed, strides over to you, to your the gate, stands on the other side and says, "Yes, yes, what is this all about?"
I would like to be let back into my home.
Sorry, no refugees are allowed in at this time.
As if you would think that I'm a refugee. You want to tell my husband, Lord Ravenshade, that I'm a refugee? That's absurd. Let me in my house.
He looks you up and down.
I'll pull my hood back down and I'll hold out my hand with my signet ring on it.
He frowns at the signet ring and like rubs his nose and says, "Damn it. All right. Then back away from the gate."
I'll like push my horse back a bit, but I'm looking at the others as if to be like, keep close.
Yeah, you press yourselves back. The man whistles up at the guards on the top and like yells at them to open the gate. The crowd behind you starts to press forward, but the 2 outside step up, draw their weapons, and like menace them with them pretty harshly. When the gate is open enough for a person to come through, the other guards on the other side of the door press out, push people back. Anyone getting too close gets a fist or a boot. The man who you can only assume is Flame Zodge spreads his arms wide and says, "Welcome home, my lady."
You and I'll push Beriadan in front of I'll tell them to go first so that I'm going in last. Making sure my friends get in before I do, close the gate.
Yep. You each make your way inside. Before the Flaming Fist soldiers retreat back. This time, all of them come in as the crowd starts throwing things back at them. Seems as though there's now a bit of a riot on their hands. They retreat back inside, shut the gates. Zodge looks up at you, the four of you, and says, "Well, caused quite a disturbance."
If you think that was a disturbance, then you've not seen what's happened to Elturel. Why are you not letting in the refugees?
There's no room. And, well, he is... let's see. He grins and it's orders. Straight from the top.
Top of where?
And he, taps the Flaming Fist badge on his chest.
We'll see about that. I'm going to make sure that those refugees are looked after.
Are you aware of what happened, Elturel?
Well, he looks out at the crowd and then looks back up at you and says, "Your guess is as good as mine. This rabble out here. Some say dragons. Some say an army of devils. Orcs. Who knows?"
But you're aware of its destruction.
I am aware that the people of the fields find it appropriate to take shelter in our fair city.
I can assure you it was a dragon and we did slay it.
Like, the entire city of Elturel just disappeared. Just, it's gone.
Yep, one giant fireball just destroyed the whole thing. And then we slayed that dragon.
Don't
after
listen
he
to
was
him, he's an
weakened
idiot.
after casting that.
Like,
Just a
that
compulsive liar.
glowing orb above the city just turned black. Just lightning bolts, chains, and the whole thing just within almost like a second. Just suddenly it was there, and then 1 second it was there, and then the next second it wasn't. It's just gone. Like it just got scooped up from the earth and flung away.
He frowns, but doesn't really respond much to that. He's clearly he's heard all manner of tall tales of what happened. I think I interrupted somebody.
No, I wasn't saying anything else.
Was not.
Continue with my story.
I'm just assuming that Asmodeus just didn't stop talking this whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's pulled over a group of guards and is just filling their heads with bullshit.
Yeah. Anyone who will listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reassure the guy in charge there that this is what we saw. We watched it from Beriadan. How far away were we at the time? Because it was a great distance. We came up over the hill, and Elturel was floating above the ground as if being hoisted. and then chain shot out from the ground, pulled it deep, and it's gone. It
This,
could happen at any moment to any other city in the vicinity.
does this guy believe in a word of what we're saying or no?
He doesn't. He seems like he's like I said, he is like, yeah, okay, like, sure, you saw that kind of stuff. He's heard, clearly, a lot of different things recently, and doesn't care, that much.
We need
He-
to find somebody of intelligence to tell this to who can understand us. And I say that loud enough that he hears it, but like
Yeah.
I'm looking at Keya when I say that.
Yes, maybe we should fetch my husband.
No, I don't think that's the option. But
Love to talk to your husband.
no, because
I have
he's
a business
probably busy.
proposition for him, actually.
He's almost certainly very busy. We should maybe go to somewhere else. Intelligent people frequent the library. I'm
Please
That's
let me read. By this point, if you're not going, if you're just like the flame Zodge, as he's been referred to, that's the word. At some point during this, he like shrugs, and he and his escort just like leave.
I just like silently say after him, "You are a cold, heartless bastard, and I pity you." And then I just kind of go off on about my life. So, to the library then?
Ugh. Library. No.
I mean, you don't
I'm gonna go
have to
find a
join
shop.
us.
Okay, you guys go to the library. I'm gonna go find a shop.
It's not hard to do in Baldur's Gate. But as you disperse and go about your separate ways, do you guys mind if we call it here so I can prepare the next portion?
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, fair enough, dude. Yeah.
Stellar.
So, are
Good
we
game,
taking a
guys.
break, or are we just calling this here for the day?
We'll call it here for the day,
Okay.
if y'all don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. Of course. Yeah.
All right.
Good game, everyone. Any
Hey,
thoughts?
that was fun,
Bit,
guys.
bit shorter than I expected, but I ain't gonna complain.
Yeah. I found out I was doing this last night.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I
No
got to
worries.
pay more attention to
Still fun.
Facebook.
Yeah, I had a good time.
There we go. More mysteries to unravel, and
Story of me and my manservant.
Oh, hi there.
manservant various. Yeah, we'll see how she goes next week, and we'll go the full time for sure next time. I'll have be less chaotic.
Like we said, no worries.
Just trying to kill as much time as possible.
It was a good session. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah,
Later,
see ya.
y'all.
Talk to you. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.